then there is a physical, biological and a spiritual self, and they're all interconnected. It is from the physical self that you have the biological self. It is inorganic matter that becomes organic matter. Organic matter transforms into life at a certain point, and life becomes very subtle and transforms into mind. Mind is life in a very subtle form. And so they're all connected. So meditation, in fact, the controller is in the mind. The controls are in the mind. The mind can control the physical body, the biological body. In contrary, we also have, if you have a physical pain, if you break a bone, it will affect your mind, because the pain affects your mind. So they're all connected. But the mind is a very powerful instrument, and so meditation is about the mind. And if your mind is at peace, if your mind is in balance, it will automatically improve your physiological functions, your biological functions, and therefore better health.
Según lo que yo estoy entendiendo lo que usted me está diciendo, esta medicina necesita médicos muy comprometidos con el paciente. Desde luego médicos con tiempo, que no atiendan solo 5 minutos o 6 minutos a los pacientes como ocurre hoy día en nuestras sociedades masivas, digamos. 5, 6, 10 minutos y ya viene otro paciente. Y también me imagino que el médico es mucho más que un simple curador de enfermedades. Tiene que tener una mirada global, completa del ser humano. Entonces, la pregunta es, ¿cuál es el tipo de médico de Ayurveda y qué diferencia tiene con el tipo de médico que predomina hoy día en Occidente?
A doctor of Ayurveda has to have a deeper understanding of life and nature, a deeper association therefore with his patients, and it is someone who has to have enough time. Of course, one can be efficient. One need not spend several hours. One can say important things in a shorter time, because the times are such that time is at premium. So one does have to be efficient and economic with one's time. But nevertheless, the attitude towards the patient is got to be very different. It's only the patient who can actually heal himself. The doctor, the medicine, all the advice that he gives are only to help the patient to heal himself. The real healer lies within you.
De alguna manera se podría decir que el propio cuerpo humano es como el taller donde se puede el mismo enfermo sanar, donde están todos los elementos para sanar.
Yes, that's right.
¿Podría ilustrar eso con algún ejemplo? Cómo nosotros dentro de nosotros mismos tenemos ya la medicina, que no es necesario traerla desde afuera a lo mejor.
You see, what is inside is also outside. And it's not a simplistic thing like this. Sometimes what is inside is become deficient. And then you need to supplement it from outside. So it's not a problem to bring something from outside, but the desire to get well has to be within you. The doctor cannot heal you with external inputs alone. You cannot be a passive participant. The doctor has to make you more active, because the healer is within you. You will need sometimes external aid, because there is something that has become deficient inside. Of course, there are situations where in cancers or in immunological compromised situations where the mind alone can help to heal. I mean, there are many cases that are reported where the doctors say, well, you don't have very much more time, and the patient says, no, I intend to live and I will live, and with his mental strength, he is able to heal himself.
¿Es cierto que el pensamiento o ciertas ideas pueden modificar moléculas del cuerpo?
I believe so.
O sea que un pensamiento positivo podría producir una molécula positiva y un pensamiento negativo una molécula negativa.
Yeah, I mean, you're putting it in a very scientific way, the question. But when you see the connection between the mind and the body is, described in terms of molecules. So certainly the mind can influence the body, and when you say that at a very broad level, what you mean is that it can modify the molecules. Certainly it can do so.
Todo lo del cáncer es una enfermedad sobre la que se están en el último tiempo en medicina occidental aceptando puntos de vista distintos. Es casi una epidemia o pandemia en muchos lugares. En Occidente no sé cómo es en India, me imagino que también, ¿no?
Well, it's spreading, yes.
¿Cuál es la visión terapéutica o lo que ha aprendido la Ayurveda sobre el cáncer? ¿Qué podemos saber del cáncer desde la mirada de la Ayurveda?
Well, I can tell you about a particular case which I came across. This was a patient of leukemia, which is a form of blood cancer, and he came to an Ayurvedic physician for help, and he showed him all his papers which were reports on his biochemical state, the kind of leukemia he had, and so on and so forth. And the Ayurvedic physician said, I don't understand biochemistry, so I don't want to see all those papers. Let me look at you in terms of your tridoshik imbalance. Let me see what kind of an imbalance has happened to your doshas. And he diagnosed him on the basis of that, then designed a treatment consisting of diet, drugs, meditation, which would restore the balance. And in this particular case, this patient survived for 5 years without any remission, and therefore was declared as cured. Now the physician, when he was interviewed by someone just like you are talking to me, was asked, can you cure cancer? And the Ayurvedic physician said, I don't know what is cancer, because that is a Western medical description. But I am willing to look at any imbalance which you may call cancer or HIV/AIDS or something like that, and see from my tridoshik eyes what is the kind of imbalance. And so we are competent to diagnose, we can try to treat, and sometimes it may work. In this case it did.
Aquí me vienen dos ideas de lo que usted me está diciendo. Una, que el médico, me da la impresión en la tradición de Ayurveda, es distinto que el médico en la tradición occidental. Nuestros médicos, que pueden ser muy buenos médicos, y es efectivo que la medicina occidental ha avanzado mucho y merece todo el respeto, sin embargo tiende a mirarnos como un cuerpo con síntomas, y ataca ciertos síntomas a ciertas enfermedades. Pero nos olvida como seres humanos. Y el ser humano es un misterio. Es algo mucho más que un cuerpo con síntomas. Tal vez el médico Ayurveda es un médico, pero es también un conocedor del alma humana. ¿Cómo definirlo? ¿Cómo decirlo?
That's right. That is the word, Ayurveda, the knowledge of life. So an Ayurvedic physician looks at a being as a physical, biological, and a spiritual being, and sees the connection between all these three, and designs his intervention to tackle the problem at all these three levels, not only at the physical level, not only at the biological level, but ideally at all the three levels. And so drug, diet, lifestyle, prayer,